Let me take you back a few years ago. I was talking to a business owner who had just shut down their startup. They had spent months perfecting their products, invested all their savings, and even hired a small team. But when they launched, crickets. No one bought it. And they told me something that I will never forget. I wish I had tested if people actually needed this before I built it. This is a mistake that I see all the time, and I do not want it to happen to you. So, today we're talking about the number one reason why startups fail and the number one reason why startups succeed. Because trust me, starting a business is not about luck, it's about strategy. So, let's dive in. According to a recent research from CB Insights, 35% of startups fail because they misidentify market needs. And the source is from Stripe. That means over a third of new businesses build products or services that people don't actually want or need. And I totally get it. When we come up with the business idea, it feels like absolute gold. It's our baby. We imagine customers lining up, sales skyrocketing, and success coming overnight. But here's the truth, a great idea alone is not enough. If no one needs it, no one buys it. And if no one buys it, your business won't survive. When I started my business, I had big ideas for services that I wanted to offer. And I thought that this is going to be absolutely amazing. People will love this. But the reality check is that some things just didn't sell the way I thought they would. Why? Because I didn't validate if people actually needed them first. So I had to adjust to test and refine my approach. And honestly, that's what saved my business from failure. So, how do you avoid this mistake? Let's break it down. If you want to make sure your startup doesn't become a statistics, then follow these three steps. Number one is find the problem before the product. Instead of starting with, I have a great idea, ask yourself, what's the real painful problem that people struggle with? Are they already searching for a solution? Would they be willing to pay for it? When I started offering financial coaching for small business owners, I didn't just assume people needed it. I asked them. I had real conversations with business owners struggling with accounting, tax, cash flow. And when I kept hearing, I wish someone could just guide me through this, I knew that I had something very valuable. That's how you find market demand, by listening to what people actually need. Step number two is validate before you build. Before spending months or thousands of rands on an unproven idea, test it first. Run surveys and interviews, talk to potential customers, create a minimum viable product, which is an MVP, which is a simple version of your offer to gauge interest. And if people say, where can I buy this? You're definitely onto something. But if they say, sounds interesting, then it's not strong enough yet. And step number three is get paying customers ASAP. Likes and compliments don't pay the bills. The real test is are people willing to pay? So offer pre-orders, launch a wait list, and start selling before perfecting that product. According to Exploding Topics, businesses that secure early revenue have much higher chance of surviving. If you can make sales early, you've got proof of demand, and that's what keeps businesses alive. All right, so now that we know why startups fail, let's talk about how to win as a startup. The number one reason startups succeed is product market fit. This means your product perfectly aligns with what the market needs. So when I introduced the Sage accounting training services, I wasn't quite sure if it would take off. So instead of assuming, I tested it. I ran a few small workshops, and guess what? People showed up. Some even asked, when's the next one? That was my proof of demand. So, how do you know that you have a product market fit? Number one is customers want your product and they keep coming back. Number two is they tell others about it. Word of mouth marketing kicks in, and that is the absolute best type of marketing there is because there's a trust factor attached to it. And revenue starts growing sustainably. When you get product market fit, right, customers find you. So instead of chasing them, that's how your business scales. Here's what you need to do to set your startup up for success. Number one is solve a real problem. Talk to potential customers, identify the real pain points, and research the market. Number two is test before you invest. So offer a service first before launching the full product. Sell manually before automating and use social media to gauge interest. And number three is listen, adapt, and improve. So your first version won't be perfect, and that's perfect. The best businesses are the ones that adapt and evolve. So let's recap. The number one reason startups fail is there's no market need. The number one reason that they succeed would be product market fit. And if you want to increase your startups' chances, you need to solve a real problem, validate demand before building, get paying customers ASAP, keep testing, listening, and improving. Drop a comment below. What business are you working on? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe for more business insights. I've also got an Etsy book, which I think you will find extremely beneficial for your startup business or actually any business at any growth. It's three-stage checklist. So it helps startups that are just opening up, those that have reached a certain checklist, and then your final stage. This is something that has changed my life, and I'm going to link it into the comments so that you guys can go and check it out. But please note, it is only for service based businesses. Definitely check that resource out. I think you're going to find it extremely valuable if you're struggling on your startup journey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time. Bye.